Yeah. Well, you should have been done by rain.
Okay, okay.
It started raining about 7:30.
No problem.
I'd like to call the finance meeting to order, and the first order of business is roll call.
Kowal is absent with notice. Zach?
Here.
Long?
Here.
Tubb?
Here.
Fleming?
Here.
Crawford?
Here.
Woodward? Quarles?
Here.
Middleton?
Here, we have a quorum. Next is pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting of August 30th, 2018. Crawford is moving it, Quarles is supporting it. Any discussion on the minutes? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Next is the presentation of the agenda. The agenda is as was published. Any additions or corrections to the agenda? If not, need a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Quarles is moving it. Fleming is supporting it. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you. Public comment. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the committee this morning? I do have a comment. The gourds behind me, every year I bring in gourds after everybody works on getting the budget passed. That's my thank you to the committee, but it's open to anybody that needs it. I got lots of gourds, and so you're welcome to them. So. Next is the contingency report. Need a motion to receive and file the contingency report. Tab is moving it. Fleming is supporting it. Go ahead and explain the contingency.
Okay, so on your in your contingency packet, starting on PDF page 10, we're starting today's general contingency balance of $16,018. There are no items on today's agenda that impact that general balance. On PDF page 15 of the report, there are two items that utilize the miscellaneous capital outlay within the general fund. One is an authorized memo for the sheriff's office for the purchase of security hooks within the jail cells. That's $3,069. And then item number 17 on today's agenda, which is for the Board of Commissioners Auditorium and Committee Room A, audio-visual video project. That is $41,000, and that's coming out of 2019 miscellaneous capital outlay. And finally, last on PDF page 22, there are two items listed for tri-party funds. One is item number 1 within your packet for a project in the amount of $326,807, and then there is a separate resolution to bring forth additional tri-party funding request for a project that was previously submitted, and that amount is $16,256.
That's for when it goes over 15%.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Any other comments on contingency? If not, all those to signify, all those to approve signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Thank you. Next is communications. We're going to take communications A and B. Need a motion to receive and file communications. Fleming and Quarles. Any questions on communications? If not, all those, or is that a roll call? No, all those in favor or not signify by saying aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carried. Okay, now we're on the regular agenda. Oh no, consent agenda. Miscellaneous Board of Commissioners tri-party road improvement for fiscal year 2018 for the Charter Township of Independence, reconstructing and widening the Sashaball Road and from Flemings Lake Road to South Clarkston Road. I need a motion. Gee, that's my district. Can I make the motion? Sure. Yeah, okay. I'll move item number 1 on the consent agenda. and Woodward will support it. So, no, if you go to Pine Knob or GTE, it's that road right there. So everybody knows how it's, yeah. Okay. Roll call on the consent agenda.
Zach?
Yes.
Lon?
Yes.
Tubb?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 2 on the regular agenda, miscellaneous resolution 18318, Sheriff's Office transfer of ownership and release of claims agreement for K9 dog Ico. Need a motion. Fleming is moving it. Todd is supporting it. So go ahead, Gail.
Good morning. So as it says, we're transferring ownership and release of claims for K9 dog Ico. He is retiring after 8 years of service.
So,
He's
okay.
retiring after 8 years of service.
Okay, so, they get vested quicker than we do. They go, we use dog years rather than human years.
Dog years, and so yes, they actually might work longer than we do.
Okay, any questions? If not, call the roll on item number 2. Oh, yeah, Quarles.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now call the roll on item number 2.
Lon?
Yes.
Tubb?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 3, Water Resources Commission 2018 Lake Level Assessment for Operation and Maintenance Resolution. Need a motion? Okay, Quarles is moving it. Zach is supporting it. So, go ahead.
Good morning, Tim Prince, Water Resource Commissioner, Chief Manager. With me today is Jeff Wilson. He's our drain maintenance engineer, and he will present sort of an explanation of what we want to do here, and then answer any questions you might have.
Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. As is annual practice, we're doing the lake level assessments. This is for 29 lake level districts across the county where we operate and maintain the lake level. So these are dams. And we are proposing the assessments as summarized in your packet. Of note, there are 3 of them I'd like to discuss. There are significant increases from previous year assessments. We have the Duck Lake level. We have a project going on that. There's a well replacement, so it actually draws water from the aquifer, and they had to do a replacement project on that. There is the
That's an augmentation well then.
Yep, that's correct. There is the Upper Straits Lake level. That is one where we have a dam that's beginning to fail, and between Upper and Middle Straits, there's a couple tenths difference between the lakes. And so part of that is scoping whether or not they replace that dam, or if they combine the districts with the lower districts and drop the water level a little bit in Upper Straits Lakes to become one with middle and lower.
What's the difference right now, and what would be
It's a couple of tenths. It's not many. It's
Oh.
maybe 2 tenths.
Of an
And in
inch.
Winter, it gets a little bit larger, but yeah, it has its own dam between upper and then middle and lower. And then finally, the Pontiac Lake level control structure. There's been some soil loss through the dam, and then also some concrete on the downstream spillway that needs some attention. So there's been some ongoing engineering efforts, and then there will be contractor efforts coming up.
Okay. Okay, any questions? If not, call the roll on item number 3.
Tubb?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Lon?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Item number 4, Water Resources Commissioner, Chapter 2018, Chapter 4 Drain Maintenance Assessment Resolution. Need a motion? Long and Top. So, go ahead.
These are for the Chapter 4 drainage districts. These are our older and more agricultural in nature drainage districts. Many of them are now in urban areas, but were originally established to provide water relief for mostly farming purposes. These are characterized largely by open channels and outletting directly to rivers and streams. There are 89 districts that we are proposing assessments on. These assessment districts are assessed directly to residents within the districts themselves. Generally, we experience a few larger emergencies every year. This year we had one on the Bald Eagle Lake drain in Brandon Township. There was an issue with a pipe coming out of the lake and also the lake structures that needed replacement, as well as some pipe work. And then we've had a few smaller drains where we've had some somewhat minor issues that have popped up throughout the year. Of note, the Pontiac Creek Extension drain, we've had an issue with a pipe
Debris.
underneath the road needing some in-place rehab, so we caught it preventatively through CCTV work. That's where we sent a camera through the pipe and inspect it. With this one, we were able to catch a potential sinkhole before it formed, and we're able to patch it in place.
On Chapter 4, isn't it $2,000 a year is all you can collect on a Chapter 4?
There is a cap on there of $2,500 per mile per year for the
Okay.
drainage district. So that's based on the actual length of drain.
Yeah.
And so whatever the length is, you can multiply it by 2,500, and there's your capped maintenance assessment. There are circumstances where you can exceed that.
Okay, and that's what we're talking about right now, is
Correct,
it where
yeah,
we
some
can
of the
exceed
larger
that?
assessments.
Okay. Commissioner Top.
Yes, is this assessed are these assessments every year, so everybody's used to getting them, or are these new?
Generally, these are every year, yes. Sometimes there is a maximum that we can keep in a maintenance fund, so if a drain is behaving well, I'll call it, it might not incur many expenses. And so we can't just keep assessing because there's a maximum amount that we can keep in those funds. And so some of them don't get assessed for several years because there just aren't problems.
One of the things I would suggest next time you bring this to us, if it's possible, it's very hard for us to look through and find out all the drains in our communities. If you could present, I know, but you have to go through the whole list.
Yeah.
It's scattered. If you could bring it,
PDF, it's I just found one that's combined on 80.
what I'm telling you is that if you start on page 4 of this report, the left-hand side lists the drains alphabetically. If you could list them, reverse it, and list them by community, then we could take a look at all the drains within our community.
There's also a summary report by community within this.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
there's,
here.
okay, I
Right
apologize.
here.
Thank you.
Down lower.
Okay,
They just got it in front of you.
thank you, got it. Okay, thank you very much.
Now, that's quick response, isn't it?
Yeah, that's terrific. Thank you.
Push the button.
So what I'm trying to understand is Birmingham, as an example, is a city, and it's built up. So every year on their water bills or sewer bills, do the people living in the Evans drain area get assessed? I don't know what they get assessed, but you've got the amount here, total amount is $406. So,
Yeah, so that's the portion of Birmingham properties that are responsible for that assessment. So the total assessment on that drainage district was, I want to say $5,000, and it includes Southfield and Southfield Township and Beverly Hills.
okay,
And that portion was just a summary of what Birmingham residents will be paying. Now, in Birmingham, the assessments for, that's the only Chapter 4 drain.
okay.
that's
Does
listed.
Birmingham pay that bill for $406, or do they assess each individual homeowner?
Birmingham is elected to pay that bill on behalf of their residents.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, and are the other townships vary?
Yes, they do.
Some pay the bills, some don't.
Correct.
Okay, so how do we know that?
There is a check mark on one of the reports that shows at large, paid at large.
There. See the X
Yeah,
at the open column?
That is the detailed summary by project.
okay,
Oh, no, excuse me.
By community. is where the X's are.
So Birmingham,
It's on that same 80, 81, all that PDF.
so
Birmingham.
Birmingham does not have an X, so they don't pay it. They pass it on to the consumer.
We actually recently got correspondence from them indicating that they would be paying that one.
Okay,
Subsequent to this being published.
Correct.
okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 4.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is Water Resources 2018, Chapter 18 Drain Maintenance Assessment Resolution. Need a motion? Fleming is moving it, Long is supporting it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Similar to Chapter 4 drains, these are assessed directly to property owners. The difference being these are generally a little bit newer. These are established only in Oakland Township and West Bloomfield to act as subdivision drains for new development. So most Chapter 4s don't have retention and detention ponds for flood control, whereas these ones do. So that is an element of the maintenance responsibilities. And we also include some work on the ponds. So that is, kind of an added tax with that. One of the newer programs that we've done, this is more regular catch basin cleanings, and the Chapter 18 drains generally all have catch basins. So that is one of the increased programs that we've been heading up in the 18s.
Okay. When you have a Chapter 18 drain, is that part of the Chapter 18 is that the Water Resources is going to maintain that drain?
Yes, that's correct. So if you're within a Chapter 18 drain in your subdivision, the pipes that handle the storm drain for the road and potentially subsurface sump lines for your sump pumps, those are maintained by the Water Resources Commissioner's Office.
Okay. And that's part of Chapter 18
Correct.
Legislation that
Yep, so each of
enables.
them are their own separate entity with their own accounts and their own funds and their own expenses.
Okay. Okay. So if they had a major problem, it gets assessed just within that subdivision?
That's correct.
Yeah, so, okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 5.
Crawford,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Todd,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Next is item number 6, Water Resources Commission requests not to exceed $45,000 loan from the long-term revolving fund for the 5 Points Drain Emergency Pipe Repair Project. Need a motion. Quarles is moving it, Todd is supporting it. So go ahead.
Thank you. Appropriate to do this now since Chapter 4 drains are on everybody's mind. This is a situation where a Chapter 4 drain experienced a large-scale emergency. The drainage district is near the intersection of Oregon and Adams Road in Oakland Township. If you're familiar with that area, those are some of the few paved roads that they have in that area, and it's Oregon Road is the main connector between Rochester and
Lake Orion.
Lake Orion itself. And so this district happens to have a pipe that goes diagonal through the intersection itself. And we had responded to a complaint that water was skidding over the road and that the drain wasn't working. And when we started to investigate, we had determined that there had been a collapse in the pipe. We couldn't access the collapsed portion either through techniques through the pipe or conventional digging due to the amount of utilities that were over top of how deep the pipe was and a high water table in that area. So this solution ended up being twofold. There was a bypass constructed to get around where the blockage was, and then from that bypass we were able to determine that the rest of the pipe had issues itself too, that there were leaks in them from these punctures in the pipe. And we were able to rehab a portion of it in place to not disrupt traffic, to keep people moving through the intersection and to not have to close it down. but in the end, it ended up being a very expensive fix. And as you know, the Chapter 4 drains are assessed to an assessment districts. Now, there is contribution from the township and road commission on this, but the resident portion had gotten to a high enough amount where we would like to help them out by requesting a loan from the county's long-term revolving fund to allow the residents to pay this assessment off over a period of 5 years to make it easier on everybody's pocketbooks.
Any questions? On that corner of Orion and Adams Road, when I was a little kid, I would sell gourds. Gourds and pumpkins on that corner. So I know the area very well. Okay, if there's no questions, that would have been a shocker if they would have gotten that bill without this loan to help buffer that. So it's a good move. All those, call the roll on item number 6.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Tubb,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Next is item number 7, Water Resource Commission, intra-jurisdictional property insurance agreement for the village of Brigham Farms. Need a motion. Somebody, Long is gonna move it, Quarles is gonna support it. Go ahead and explain it.
Sure. With me today is Kelsey Cook. She's our senior attorney, and she'll do most of the talking, but I did want to give you a little bit of a background before we talk about agenda item number 7 and also agenda items number 8 and 9. So about a year and a half ago, our office started working with Corporation Counsel. We've got about 25 contracts with communities throughout the county. These contracts are to operate and maintain their community water and sewer systems. So that process started about a year and a half ago, and it's been a long process because these contracts are outdated, very outdated, and some of them are more of a handshake agreement. They don't really include a scope of work or any provisions for liability or anything else. So started that process a while ago. Part of that process also included looking at property insurance and who's providing property insurance. Is a county, and in a lot of cases, a county was providing it, but we wanted to make sure that by some chance the community also wasn't getting their own property insurance and they were double paying for something. So it's been a long process. You'll probably start seeing more of us through the next, coming year or so as we start going through these contracts and bringing them back to you. We prioritize them based on what we felt were the highest priorities, and so we're sort of working through those. In this particular case, we found out that, Bingham Farms, we were carrying property insurance for Bingham Farms, and they want to continue us carrying that property insurance. So I don't know if you have some other details you want to share with them.
Sure. So the interjurisdictional property insurance agreement that we're asking the board to adopt basically outlines what Tim just talked about. So it states that the county is actually obtaining property insurance on behalf of the village of Bingham Farms. And then the expense for that is paid out of Bingham Farms Enterprise Fund that's held by the county. That enterprise fund for this particular insurance is for the operation of Bingham Farms sanitary sewer system. And the property that is being insured here is Bingham Farms Sewer System Pump Station. They have one pump station. And so this agreement just formalizes the relationship between the village and the county in regards to that property insurance, and then also ensures that there is an insurable claim, given the fact that the county is obtaining this insurance on behalf of the village. This also allows the village to obtain this property insurance at a much lower rate than they would be able to otherwise, just given the sheer number of assets that the county insures versus the village having to go out and get this property insurance on their own.
Okay, Shelley's got a question.
Now, let me just understand this. Do we do this for a lot of municipalities?
As far as the property insurance, there's a small number. I think I have a list.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
the reason, go ahead.
Typically, like the larger systems, they're already insuring public works facilities and other things within their system, storm and everything else. So typically, the smaller ones are the ones that want us to go ahead and get the property insurance for.
Okay, so if something happens and there's a big disaster, then the county is liable. Is that correct? If there's not enough insurance. What's the deal with that?
Well, this is in regard to, just to the property insurance, so, you may also be thinking about a general liability, insurance, which I can talk about, as well, but for property insurance, it's only covering the value of this, pump station, so there is.
Okay, so the pump station goes out.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna make this up. And now you've got basements flooded all over Bingham Farms, right? Could happen.
Yeah, so,
Okay, so then who's liable for the flooded basements?
Bingham Farms would be.
But
and
it's
that's
our
separate.
policy.
Well, the county is covered, if you're talking about operations and maintenance for Bingham Farms sewer system, the county does have an insurance policy in place for that, and the village of Bingham Farms would be responsible for, the cost of that policy as far as, satisfying, there's a self-insured retention, like a deductible on that, that would come out of the village's, enterprise fund as well, and then that policy coverage would be invoked after that. As for the property insurance, to cover the actual asset, there's a deductible, I believe it's, $25,000, and that would also, I'm sorry, whatever the deductible is, that's something that the village would also pay.
Yeah, but $25,000 won't fix 2 basements.
Right, so then at that point, that could be the, general liability policy, that would, that actually has a $10 million, coverage per occurrence, so it could be covered under that if needed, but it has a $250,000 deductible, so oftentimes maybe less than that.
So there's separate insurance policies. The property insurance just covers the property itself. The, hey, what happens to the rest of the system, that's general liability insurance. And so that's a separate insurance policy
The city
that
would-
we'll
yeah.
talk about in more detail with the Farmington Hills Operations and Maintenance Agreements. Because that's one of the things we're addressing as we're going through each one of these operations and maintenance agreements. Exactly the questions you're asking are being covered in the agreements.
My concern is that the county would be held liable for what, other stuff.
And that's where the agreement is important, because it's saying that the system is responsible, not the county's general fund would not be liable.
Yeah, so as part of this process, we started a year and a half ago, and we worked with Corp Counsel. They had their broker go out and look at different policies out there for general liability and also public officials liability insurance. And so they've insured that insurance for all the systems we're operating and maintaining, so the county's covered. We're also offering this insurance to the communities and say, you also want to be listed under this insurance policy, so you're also covered. And we're in the process of doing that right now. And as we go through each one of these agreements, the communities make that decision, and it's really up to them, because we're covered and we've got it. But we sort of educate them and say, is this something you want also to have and be listed as additionally insured?
Well, we have the deep pockets versus Bingham Farms. And I'm not picking on Bingham Farms. It's a nice community. But my concern is holding us harmless, if that's at all possible.
Yeah, in the operations and maintenance agreements that we're putting into place, particularly the new ones, we're going community by community, as Tim mentioned. It definitely says that the county's completely held harmless. Nothing will impact the county's general fund that stems from the operation and maintenance that the WRC does. And so it will any expense will be an expense to the actual community. And then, as Tim mentioned, we have that insurance, the county has that insurance policy as well that could be invoked if needed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 7.
Zach,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Taub,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Next is item number 8, Water Resources Commissioner, City of Farmington Hills Water System Operation and Maintenance Agreement. Shelley, we can get to ask the same questions again. It's basically, isn't it, Kelsey?
Yeah, so this is a new operations and maintenance agreement with the city of Farmington Hills. The city has approved and signed off on this agreement. It took about a year to negotiate. It's very very comprehensive. It sets forth the fact that the county operates and maintains Farmington Hills water system on a nonprofit basis. It sets forth a specific scope of services that we provide. It ensures that the county general fund will not be impacted for any reason, that any expense of the system, and as well as the cost of our operation and maintenance will be paid by the system, so paid by the city. It will, that's from revenues generated from water bills. If that's not sufficient, then we can change the rates to generate more revenue to pay that, or we can go to the city's general fund versus the county's. It also details the insurance coverage that we talked about. That is a general liability policy and also a public officials liability policy. Each $10 million limit per occurrence and $15 million in the aggregate. Farmington Hills has elected to also be a named insured along with the county on these policies, and so they pay a specific annual premium every year to have that additional insured coverage. This policy is very unique, but it's great for the county and the community. It also includes coverage for basement backups, which is rare to find. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot of provisions in the contract that I won't go into detail for, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Crawford, did you have a question?
We need a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Crawford's moved and Quarles will support it. Now Quarles has a question. Thanks. You.
So when the city is also a named insured on the policy, if they have a claim that is made against the city, then they can invoke this policy. So right now, if a claim is made against the county would have coverage. If the community chose not to be a named insured, then they wouldn't be able to also invoke that coverage if they were named as have a claim named against them as well. So, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 8.
Long,
Yes.
Taub,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Next is item number 9, Water Resources Commission, City of Farmington Hills, sewer system operation and maintenance. The other was the water system. This one is for the sewer system operation and maintenance. And I need a motion. Taub is moving it, Fleming is supporting it. So, okay, go ahead.
So this contract is very similar to the water system contract. The only differences are basically the scope of services and what we're operating. So the same thing for the city of Farmington Hills, and the insurance policies I spoke about also apply in this regard.
Okay, Taub?
So I assume Corp Council signed off on all of this?
Yes, Keith Lermano reviewed these agreements.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 9.
Taub,
Yes.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Woodward,
Yes.
Quarles,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Yeah, if Water Resources one day been on the agenda, we'd had a real short meeting.
Thank you.
Next is item number 10, Department of Facilities Management, approval of acceptance of a joint project agreement with the U.S. Department of Commerce for the use of space located in Annex 1 building. Fleming is moving it, Woodward's supporting it. So, go ahead, Irene.
This is a renewal of the joint agreement with the U.S. Department of Commerce for their export office on our campus. They've been part of our economic development partnership for over 20 years, and we'd like that to continue.
Oh.
So that's what this is for, the agreement.
Okay. Any questions?
The agreement is renewed annually. The federal government only allows a one-year agreement. So the budget on this is in kind. It's the same budget from last year.
Okay.
And so it went pretty smooth.
Okay. Shelley?
So if they don't follow what they say they're gonna do, they don't help us with all of our commerce and all that stuff, we can kick them out, right?
Theoretically, yes.
Okay.
They do. I mean,
I know.
The recent numbers show Oakland County outpaces 8 other U.S. states in exports. And I personally believe it's because having the export office physically located here helps our business access those resources.
Good.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 10.
Fleming,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Woodward, Quarles, Zach,
Yes.
Lund,
Yes.
Taub,
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Next is item number 11. Circuit Court Facilities Planning and Engineering Juvenile Intake Remodel Project. Need a motion. Fleming is moving it. Zach is supporting it. So, okay. Yeah, we have the motion. So, okay, go ahead.
All right, good morning. Ed John, Manager of Facilities Planning and Engineering, representing facilities management with me is Eric Holdsworth. This project is a project requested by the court. So with that, I will let Dave provide specifics of the project.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Wilson, the Deputy Court Administrator for the court. With me is John Cooperator and Scott Hamilton and Dr. Sapparo from the court, also to answer any questions that you have. The project is to remodel the juvenile intake division. The juvenile intake division is on the ground floor of the east wing of the courthouse, located around the corner from the clerk's office. That area handles numerous family law cases, including adoptions, delinquency cases where kids break the law, neglect cases where the allegation are that parents have abused or neglected their children, juvenile traffic also. In that area are 4 juvenile court referees that hear those cases, along with juvenile caseworkers, and I forgot one other category of cases, personal protection orders. When a resident or a non-resident wants to apply for a personal protection order, they have to come to the juvenile intake area to get that paperwork. The goal of the project is twofold. One is to expand the lobby area. As I just stated, the list of cases, it gets extremely crowded in that area, and numerous times there is an overflow, which causes great security concerns based on those cases. Also, the second goal is to expand the courtrooms. There are 4 juvenile referee courtrooms that are way too small for the purposes of hearing those cases and for the purposes of security. You can imagine in those courtrooms, if you can, that the individuals, specifically police, the prosecutor's office are asking to detain a child for the first time. Those cases obviously get very heated. And then the Department of Health and Human Services are asking to remove children for the first time. And based on the size of those courtrooms, those hearings can get very passionate. So based on all of that, we're asking to expand those 2 areas. The reason why we're asking now is that we now have the space. We are able to move some employees from that area to a different location. We have the space to do it.
Okay. You have a security entrance there. Other than this entrance here where everybody comes in, there's also an entrance at your end of the building, right?
Correct. There's an entrance, and that's a good point, Commissioner. Thanks for pointing that out. When children are detained and they're coming into those 4 courtrooms, they have to right now bypass, I would say, about 9 or 10 offices. That causes great concern for our Sheriff's Department. With this project, we're going to be able to relocate those hearing rooms right by the entrance and exit where those children would come in. So they do not, if this project does get approved and done, they don't have to bypass other employees. They'll be able to go right into the courtroom.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes, wait.
I'm sure this is well thought out, but to Art, is this part of a master plan? I mean, we're doing one component here, but we must have a master plan as to what we're doing.
Yeah, so first off, it's part of the capital improvement plan. It's been in there for a year now. There's also a larger plan in place for the courthouse, where we're making sure that we're consolidating all the related offices, court services, other types of services in tandem with each other. That plan is on hold for right now for a few different reasons, but we're slowly, picking away at it. So a project like this, the new courtroom that's coming up, things that are all consistent with the plan, and we hope to someday get back to, implementing that plan on a more wholesale level.
That's exactly what I was expecting your answer to be, but I want to make sure we're not doing one thing in isolation, and it's going to cause conflict down the road. So you do have a master plan, and this fits in tandem with the master plan.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any questions? Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 11.
Crawford.
Yes.
Woodward.
Yes.
Quarles.
Yes.
Zach.
Yes.
Lund.
Yes.
Taub.
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you.
Very much, Commissioner.
Okay. Item number 12, Department of Health and Human Services, Children's Village Division, National School Lunch Program Grant Acceptance. Need a motion. Long is moving it. Quarles is supporting it. So. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a school meal reimbursement grant administered by the Michigan Department of Education. This allows us to have our meals reimbursed for children who are placed in residential treatment and secure detention. We are reimbursed for breakfast, lunch, and after-school snacks. The funding period is July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2019. We don't know exactly how much the reimbursement will be because it depends on the number of meals and snacks that we actually serve. Last year, we were reimbursed $277,119. This year, we're approximating $240,000 for reimbursement.
Okay. Any questions? Yes, Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, Sheriff. So as it relates to what we provide, do we provide food for everybody, which reimburse for those who are eligible and qualify, or do some people have to pay and others have to?
The Children's Village budget, Child Care Fund budget, pays for whatever isn't reimbursed, but we have 2 meal reimbursement programs. The other one will be coming through this process probably in the next month. One is for our shelter care kids, and one is for our detention and residential treatment kids. So it doesn't cover all of our provisions, but it covers the meals and the after-school snack.
And anything that's not reimbursed is paid through the child care.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? If not, call the roll. I need to know
Woodward?
how many pumpkins and when. Okay. Go ahead, call the roll.
Quarles.
Yes.
Zach.
Yes.
Lund.
Yes.
Taub.
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 13, Health and Human Services, Children's Village. Interlock agreement between Oakland County and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services for the provision of shelter residence foster care. Cobb is moving it. Fleming is supporting it. Go ahead.
This is a contract with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services that provides for reimbursement for the children placed by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services in our shelter care. The reimbursement per diem rate is $359.13, and this agreement period is October 1st, 2018 through September 30th, 2021.
And I'm going to ask that be corrected as a typo, please. There it says 20201. It's supposed to be 2021.
Okay.
And there's a provision for a 2-year contract extension.
Okay. And I'll accept that as a typo, that correction. So, any discussion? If not, call the roll on 13.
Quarles.
Yes.
Zach.
Yes.
Lund.
Yes.
Taub.
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Woodward.
Yes.
Middleton.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Health and Human Services, Homeland Security Division, Emergency Management Performance Grant Agreement for fiscal year 2018 acceptance. Need a motion Long is moving it, Fleming is supporting it. Go ahead.
Morning, Commissioners. Tom Hardesty on behalf of Homeland Security. This is our 2018 Emergency Management Performance Grant. This is a grant from the Michigan State Police. It's kind of our baseline grant. This is for us to have and maintain an emergency management program. It is for $61,221, which is an increase of $7,717 from last year, which most of our grants have been going down, so this is good. We do have a 50% match on this. This is done through salaries from our department.
Okay. Any questions? If not, call the roll on item number 14.
Zach?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Taub?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 15, Department of Health and Human Services Division, Ryan White HIV/AIDS Treatment Extension Act of 2009, intergovernmental between the County of Oakland and the City of Detroit. Need a motion. Fleming is moving it, Woodward is supporting it. So, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. This request in front of you is an interlocal agreement between Oakland County and the City of Detroit, which we have been entering into this agreement for the last few years. This is a requirement for the City of Detroit to apply for the federal Ryan White funding for the Detroit eligible metro area. So all we are basically required to do is to provide a maintenance of effort amount that to show need in our area, and then they, City of Detroit, can request the funding for our partners in the communities that actually provide these Ryan White services.
Okay, Commissioner Zach.
So I had an opportunity to tour the vaccination department when I went for my Shingrix. And I understand our South Oakland County office does a lot of Detroit people. So do we get reimbursed out of this grant for the services that we provide?
No, these services specifically go to other partners that do these Ryan White services in the community. Oakland County, we actually do not receive any of the funding for this specific efforts. So those are provided out in the county. We provide state funding that provides our services in our clinics for HIV and STD.
Okay, so we're just showing we agree, we're supporting
That's
you,
correct.
if there's a need is why we're doing it.
That's correct, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Commissioner Woodward.
Thank you, and it relates to this, so are we the ones who select what partners we work to grant these dollars out, or is there a collaborative?
Yeah, there's actually a council that meets together. We sit on the council, which allocates, and we give a say and a vote in who actually gets the allocation for the dollars.
Commissioner Tom.
Couple questions. One, who sits on the council for us now?
Our coordinator of HIV services, which is Jen Erskine. So
Okay.
she is very familiar with the services that are provided in the community, so she sits on the council.
I kind of want to follow up with what Helene asked. So when we are obligated then to vaccinate or do whatever, whatever it may be, not only to AIDS patients, but anybody who presents themselves at one of our clinics, we can vaccinate. I mean, we're obligated to take them if they're Michigan residents, or do they not have to be Michigan residents?
You know, I'm not sure of residency, but again, we get a state grant that provides us HIV dollars to do testing for HIV, and then we also have case management money that we receive to follow those cases. And most recently, we received, it's called Linkages to Care, which is following up those that may have dropped off that were diagnosed back in the 80s. And so we're actually doing additional case management with those individuals.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on item number 16. 15.
Long?
Yes.
Taub?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 16. Board of Commissioners Tri-Party Program Additional Appropriations for the Charter Township of Bloomfield, project number 54122. Need a motion? Taub is moving it.
We just want the curb on there though.
Long is supporting it. So go ahead.
Curb, expensive curb.
On May 2nd of this year, miscellaneous resolution 18136 was approved by the board for resurfacing a portion of Hickory Grove Road in Bloomfield Township. time, the county had agreed to pay $83,334. Since then, Bloomfield Township and Road Commission approved additional funding. Oakland County's share of the additional funding is $16,256, which is available in the general fund assigned fund balance.
Okay. Any questions? If not, it was brought up in our contingency report. So, if no questions, call the roll.
Todd?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward? Quarles?
Yes.
Cole? I'm sorry, she is, and I didn't put the other. Zach?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Next is item number 17, Board of Commissioners, Board Auditorium and Committee Room A Audio Video Upgrade Project. Todd is moving it.
Tom wants to move it.
Yeah.
She wants heat
Fleming is
regulation now.
supporting it.
Now she wants
So,
heat regulation now.
You gonna talk about it, Chris? About the upgrade?
Yeah. She wants blankets added to it. Heat regulation.
Well, you're cold too.
Oh, yeah, I'm cold.
I feel good.
Feels great.
Right.
Well, it wasn't heaty.
We were freezing over here. We're gonna add blankets to the whole list, okay?
Yeah. Good morning. Heated seats.
Oh.
Heated seats, that would be good.
Exactly. This will take care of all of Shelley's needs. It'll bring a pod down over Shelley.
Yeah.
Perfect temperature, perfect sound, perfect video coverage.
Perfect.
It might bring her, she'll be 22 years old.
Yeah. This is good.
U of M student.
She definitely approves the project.
Okay, I think they're.
You got it.
Okay, with that, do I need to add anything?
No, but if we can each pick out what we want to do it here.
Appreciate your consideration of this resolution. This is a two-step process. I think all of you are aware we've had some issues with our audio visual over the last year. And with the administration and IT support, we were able to get a emergency first step project through a couple months ago when we were kind of hobbling along with a Band-Aid solution, and you guys were borrowing each other's microphones on the
Floor.
auditorium floor, and we were able to get that together. But this one is more of a second step project, which Third Coast is a vendor that the Information Technology Department brought in at our request last year to take a holistic view of the entire audiovisual system that we have here, top to bottom, and review it and give recommendations. We've certainly heard from all of you, from Commissioner Cobb especially, and all of the shortcomings of our system. And they make recommendations for all sorts of improvements. So this will include everything that will get us caught up for, I think, everything for the time being. There's certainly other improvements that they've recommended, but I don't think that they're necessarily anything that we need to do for the short term. So this would do numerous things. They would get our video distribution system caught up in the auditorium, so that will bring us from analog to digital, upgrade the projector system there as well, from analog to digital. The audio system in here will be upgraded, and so it'll be a little bit more up to date in that the speaker system will be upgraded and be modulated so that the speakers will be broken out so that when you speak it'll be compartmentalized, I guess, essentially, so that when people speak it'll be broken out in the room. And then the speakers will be upgraded, I believe, in both rooms as well. I think they're very outdated, especially in the auditorium. I think they're back into the 70s, so unless you like that 70s rock, you probably don't want to listen to those speakers. So altogether, it's a $41,000 project, and the money is being moved out of the non-departmental budget into the Board of Commissioners budget. So that is the story altogether.
Okay.
Support of the project, and I think overall it'll be a big improvement.
Any questions? If, oh, okay, Nancy.
It's not necessarily on audio. At some point, are we giving some thought to making voting more electronic? To roll call.
Commissioner Crawford. Quarles is cut ahead of you in line with this question about electronic voting. Exactly. It was, but somebody has time in front of you in line.
Listen to your answer.
Okay. Exactly. Actually, there is a system in Macomb County, and when we are short on study groups and task forces and Commissioner Woodward projects, I'm going to go over there and take a look. But we're a little busy on staff here and trying to get our heads above water in order to get ahead of projects. But there is a system over there that I'm intrigued by that sort of encapsulates a whole lot of different things that their commissioners utilize to vote online with their iPads. It also does a whole lot of other things. It takes the entire system of packaging up resolutions from beginning to end when departments submit them, and their staff utilizes it for doing minutes, and the departments submit various parts of resolutions for approval, right from beginning to end, right through the county clerk's process of putting it up on the web, and when the broadcast of the meeting, all of it goes right through the pipeline. So it's an interesting system they have. They bought it off the shelf relatively inexpensively. So I'd like to go over there and take a look at it. It's just a matter of making time to do so. As part of that solution, they use their iPads to vote online.
Okay. Do you know, Chris, if there's a board that the public would know how we're voting, or?
I'm not sure if they have. I imagine they have a board because I think that's probably part of that, accountability, transparency process.
Okay.
That people need to be able to watch. I do know that they, rather than webcasting, when I talked to my opposite number there, they basically have the staff be able to watch real-time online packet items as they're going up.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on number 17 then.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Next is item number 18, Board of Commissioners, Sheriff's Office, contract extension with the Haven Incorporated to provide services for victims of sexual assault through a safe therapeutic assault response team. Long is moving it, Fleming is supporting it. So. And Zach is presenting it.
Okay, so, this is something that we have done for many years. Haven is a wonderful organization. I want to introduce Carol Grum. She's the acting CEO of Haven. I'll let her introduce if there's a new CEO coming after we talk about this. But for many years, we have contributed money for these special certified nurse examinations. They are very sensitive examinations following an assault. They have specialized equipment. They collect different DNA, things like that, that allow for greater prosecution. Sheriff's Office loves it. Prosecutor Office loves it. In addition, we did invest in their strangulation conference training, which was a tremendous success. And one of the things that's so scary is that people are now trying to strangle more. They also have specialized x-ray equipment, which is part of this exam that will measure the strangulation. So every penny that we invest is worthwhile. And so we're asking just for a renewal of the amount that we've done, which is $45,000, and for 1 year, and we will re-look at this issue in a year from now. other thing that they've done is I think it's 62 pediatric examinations. And when you talk about the sensitivity and the cost of doing, it's extraordinary what they're doing. So I am very pleased to present this to us and invest in this very important cause. And Carol's here to answer any further questions.
Okay. Any question, Shelley? You have a question?
I just want to say it's amazing how this program has grown. We started this first a long time ago with just a pilot program in Oakland County, and we worked out of St. Joe's, as I recall. And I'm just very proud of what Helene has done, what the Haven has done, and the amount of money we're putting into this. I think it's terrific. And you did say pediatric examinations. That makes me very troubled. That makes me very troubled. I can't hear you.
Hold the mic closer, yep.
We started offering those in October of 2016 based on a request of the police departments. And we've done, we did 26 last year and we're projected to do 40 through the end of this year, which is our September 30th.
Okay, thank you. That's a disturbing. I'd like to put you out of business on that one.
We'd appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, call the roll on number 18.
Crawford?
Yes.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zapp?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Tubb?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Yes, Helene.
May Carol introduce, we want to mention that we have a new CEO coming.
Yeah, go.
We're delighted to announce that we have hired a new CEO. She'll start October 15th. Her name is Amy Nema, N-I-M-E-H.
Okay.
She's currently with the Susan P. Coleman Greater Detroit office. She's the executive director there, but she'll start October 15th.
Okay, good. Okay, next item is item number 19, Department of Management and Budget, third quarter financial forecast and budget amendment. And I need a motion. Todd is moving it, Fleming is supporting it. So.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Okay, so this is starting on PDF page number 362 of your packet. The third quarter forecast, we are projecting an overall favorable variance of about $25.5 million, and that is split out between projecting $7.5 million in favorable revenue and the remaining $17.9 million in favorable expenditures. And keeping on page 362, some of the largest variance and favorability that we're having is in charges for services. Again, we are receiving favorability in our land sale transactions through the treasurer's sale. We have about, I think it's $1.2 million budgeted for that activity, and we're expecting to receive about $4.4 million over that budget amount. In addition to that, we have favorability also in the clerk's office that has continued to be favorable, as well as in Children's Village.
Why can't I?
If you turn to page PDF 363, we are projecting one department to be unfavorable overall within their department. Again, that's the sheriff's office. They continue to have excess overtime usage due to vacancies, turnover factors, etc. We do, as projected or as indicated at the second quarter forecast, we do are expecting favorability from our phone commission revenue line item to be able to offset most, if not all of that. 390,000 projected unfavorability. And we also will be utilizing emergency salaries and overtime reserve accounts to offset some of their overtime costs. Now with the 2019 through 21 budget, we did increase their overtime budget by about $700,000, I believe. That's not going to certainly cover all of their overtime needs, but it was what we could do to help offset their ongoing overtime issues.
Okay.
I will point out on PDF page 384 of your packet that shows the departmental summary to show you the individual departments, to show where they're going to end up at the end of the year, and you will see that the sheriff's office is the only item, or the only department that's projected to be unfavorable. There's a lot of amendments that are taking place
to adjust the budget based on actual activity for various line items. There's nothing in there that's really unusual, but I will point out that on, let's see here, PDF page 453 with our write-offs, on the last several meetings, there's been discussion regarding community home improvement loan write-offs that have been submitted with not having all of the information that has been requested in the past. This has been reviewed internally by administration and our corporation council, and they have developed a new form with the pertinent information. So that is on, like I said, PDF page 453.
Did you get that, Shelley?
That was you.
And with that, I'd be happy that.
Can you mention we're still gonna use significant amount of fund balance this year, even with that page for bills?
Yes, so with that, if you also look at the summary report, we're projecting, so the overall use of fund balance is $52 million, and that includes a lot of projects, but we have some favorability offset. So we are expecting to reduce fund balance this year. One of the larger projects that we did put through in July this year was the PeopleSoft replacement project, the HR financial system, which we transferred just over like $13 million out for that program.
Okay. Any questions?
And Lori, we also mentioned, so why we do have favorability with the land sale, that those monies are restricted for a period of 2 years, and that will be recorded in the year-end report. You'll see that. So that's a kind of a rolling restriction as time passes. So the new amount will go on there as restricted. So
Since
it's
the
not
other
unrestricted.
one to spend $25.5 million.
Gotcha.
This is all been incorporated in the 5-year fiscal plan.
Right.
This is not new money.
You saw Dave's eyes light up.
I did.
Okay. Okay. Any other discussion on item number 19? If not, call the roll.
Woodward?
Yes.
Quarles?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Lund?
Yes.
Tubb?
Yes.
Fleming?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you very much. Is there anything else to be brought? Oh, Lynn wants to bring something.
You all have received
No, you
in
didn't get
your
a root
mailbox
free.
a copy of the Finance Committee's recommended budget.
Okay.
The public hearing notice is being posted today in the Oakland Press, and the budget.
I might as well give them this. It didn't charge one
Next
bit.
Thursday at 9:45 at the board meeting.
Okay, so that's basically the resolution of the budget then.
That's correct.
So, okay, if there's no opposition, I will declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you.